Hey, how's it going everyone? This is Lam here. In today's crypto vlog, we're going to be going over the month of April, and I'm also going to be talking to you about a change or a slight change in strategy going forward because of what we've seen so far. And while the recovery has been ongoing and it's been actually fairly strong, it still warrants a change in strategy, and that's something that I do want to talk about. A couple of things that I do want to cover really quickly. In the long-term games list, I did add Maker. As you can see, this list becomes more significant as time goes by, because as I add more cryptocurrencies into the long-term games market, it does start becoming a significant part of the overall money in this current account. Even though it is still relatively small, it's still some money that I can move around without incurring a whole lot of taxes. And this is something that we definitely need to take into account, because during these declining weeks, if you were to take out money trying to lock in your profits, if it is short-term gains, depending on your tax bracket, you could be paying as much as 30% on your profits, which is fairly significant. You really do need to weigh that when it comes to taking profits on a declining market, because sometimes it's just better to hold on and really wait out the declining markets in hopes of a recovery than it is to actually go ahead and pull out those profits. Once you pull out those profits, those taxes will have to be paid, and you can't really do anything much about that. So something you really have to think really hard about. Another thing that I do want to show you really quickly is that when we actually ended the month, we actually entered fairly strongly because of this week in which we did see a very rapid recovery. So we did ended up in a net positive once again, and it is still fairly strong. So overall, you can still be very positive about the crypto market, but because of those two declining weeks, you do need to be more cautious, because there's definitely going to be a confidence problem moving forward. And that's something that you really need to reflect in your strategy moving forward, because the markets can definitely be more volatile moving forward, and that's something that you have to be aware of. So one of the things that I've done for the first quarter of this month was I was very aggressive in investing money. I've already said this a couple of times, but I basically had a doubling system that I was following. So if I invest $10 in with a target of $20, essentially double what I invested, once it reaches $20, I would invest another $10. So I have $20 invested. Doubling that would be a target of $40, and I would just go ahead and follow that on up. I actually really like this strategy in a growing market, because it's an easy way to accumulate a lot of growth inside of your account. But once you get into this position where the markets can trend upwards and downwards in any given week, you're going to have to be a little bit more cautious. And where I'm going to be changing my strategy there is that there's only going to be a few coins that I'm going to be doing that with. So basically, the only coins that I will be following very aggressively are the coins that really did well during those two down weeks, because it allowed me to figure out which coins that I think can actually beat the market in a declining market. So which coins are going to be really strong in a declining market. So these are the coins that I will definitely keep track of and I will hold money in. So the main ones for myself will definitely be Aave. That's one of the ones that I really like. Uniswap is another one. Maker is one of the ones that has been growing very aggressively, and it's definitely one that's very interesting because it's tied to a stable coin, and during declining markets, stable coins are really important. So I think Maker is going to be a really good choice. Ethereum is another one, but since I'm mining Ethereum currently, that's not a coin that I would invest in. Instead, what I would do is I would just hold on to a portion of my mining profits that would be invested in Ethereum, and I will continue to see if they actually hold up very well during declining markets, because if it is, then this is something that's really important, because you really want to look for coins that could actually act counter to a declining market. Another thing that I do want to talk very quickly about is you really don't know how the markets are going to change, because cryptocurrency isn't like fiat currency, in which, because fiat currency cannot change, they cannot evolve, they really can't expand their scope of what they can control or what they can do. But with cryptocurrency, that's different. And one of the things that has actually bolstered up cryptocurrencies, of course, is NFTs. Now, whether or not that's a fad or it has real staying power, we really don't know yet. It hasn't been around long enough for us to figure it out. But if NFT isn't a fad, and if it actually continues to stick around and it continues continues to evolve and actually becomes its own marketplace, that's really going to trend up really well for growth for the cryptocurrency market. And most likely this is not going to be the last innovation that's going to affect the cryptocurrency market. So when these type of evolutions occur, it's really going to bolster up the cryptocurrency market, and it's going to create rapid changes and rapid growth. And you really have to be aware of that and have money ready to take advantage of those things, because as this market continues to evolve and change, we definitely don't know whether or not this growth is going to continue at this pace. Probably not, because this growth has been extremely fast, and as the market continues to recover, you definitely want to save a portion of that money into stable coins so that you can take advantage of any decline in the market, at least somewhere between 3% and 10% into stable coins, so that as markets continue to fluctuate and if there is a decline in market, there is going to be a stash of money that I can use to buy cryptocurrency at a very cheap rate, which is something that all of us want to do, but you have to definitely think ahead of time in order to take advantage of those market situations. Anyhow, that's all I wanted to cover this week. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video.